Today, I wanted to do a quick video on eBay listing optimization. Last week's podcast has brought on a lot of conversation about eBay and eBay optimization and should I be listing or relisting? Um, how do I optimize a listing? Uh, and and then as a bonus, I want to show you why I love using List Perfectly for for listing my items natively through List Perfectly. So I'm going to start with listing optimization, um, and how I want to optimize my listing. So I'm going through all of my old listings, and I decided to go with shoes. So I went to my eBay listings, I clicked on the shoes category, and then I sorted by oldest first. So date listed, oldest first. And I came across these sandals, and I just wanted to show you really quick what I found and my thought process behind optimizing my listings. So I went through to revise my listing, right? Because that's what you want to do when you optimize. First, I want to show you something. So this is what my listing looks to myself and to buyers. I've got my title, people can find it, right? I've got my shipping, all of my item specifics looks good, right? I'm telling everybody what it is, I'm telling the condition, I'm showing the size. Uh, if you're interested in as a seller, so buyers can see this too. In case you didn't know, my last updated on March 26th. I can click view all revisions. These were listed in June of last year. At 10:37 a.m., I made a revision. It was on sale. And then June 18th, it was on sale. And then I changed my worldwide shipping terms. And then it was on sale, on sale, on sale, on sale. So you can see that I've tried to start sales numerous times. These have not sold. This tells me people aren't finding my listings. My sales not good enough. What's going on with my listings? How can I now keep in mind, I'm going to go through this process. This looks like a long process on the first one, but this is to get your brain going and thinking. So as you're optimizing your listings, you can do it a lot faster. So that is what the listing looks like. These are all the revisions that I've done to this listing over the last year. So when I look at my listing, I can see uh, Bionic Women's Pacific Rio Brown Faux cork print slip-on wedge sandals 11. Can I improve on that? It's kind of going under what eBay says I should have my listing optimized for, but let's do they're not wedge sandals. There's no wedge to them. Well, we're just going to take wedge out. And then we'll just replace it with, I don't know, size. We're going to do something, right? It is listed under the correct category because you do want to make sure that they're under the correct category. This is my store category. I have my UPC, I have my description. I think my pictures are pretty cool, right? Like if these were a hot mess, I might go back and redo them. Item specifics is extremely important. I really want to focus on this when you are optimizing your listings. And this is a place where a lot of sellers get caught up. They will come through when they're changing their listing. So a lot of sellers will end their listing, go to relist, and glance over this, right? They'll change the price. They'll do what I did above with the titles. They'll take that picture and swap it with this picture. Okay, let's do that. That's fine, but you're not digging some sellers, I shouldn't say you, but some sellers are not digging deep enough. So when I listed these over a year ago, these item specifics were great. I want to show you something. Look at it. Bionic US 11 footbed sandals, leather, brown, sandal, women. Do yourself a favor and take all of these out. Based on my title and my description, eBay's AI is going to make suggestions. So the brand Bionic, that's the same. It's the women's department. They're a sandal, they're slip-on, they're brown, they're a size 11. The upper is leather. The style is, do you see how these are in alphabetical order and see how footbed sandals are up there? They're not here in this where it should be alphabetically. You know what that means? That means that that is no longer a current item specific. So if I choose footbed sandals, it's not going to show in the left-hand search navigation. if a buyer selects that. I'm going to go to slide. So I've updated that. If you've looked, something else that changed was the size. Remember it said US 11, and now eBay has changed that specific to just 11. So that tells me that whenever eBay made this change, since then, these sandals have not been able to be seen by potential buyers if they click their size in the left-hand search navigation. So now that's updated. I know that when a buyer clicks 11 under their size for this, it's going to show it to them. So let's look at recommended. So all of these are required. You have to have these filled in. It's because the data tells eBay that so many buyers have searched this item specific that they need to make it required so that more items can be shown to potential buyers. Because how disappointing would it be if you went to eBay, typed in Bionic cork sandals 11, and you got returned 11 searches because sellers didn't fill out all of those specifics, right? So we want to come down to recommended. In the past, or I should say even current, I'm just going to say it again. If you've already heard this, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't heard it, I really hope that this opens your eyes. A lot of people are under the impression that this whole lightning gauge, that your item is not going to see if it's not filled in. That is not the case. It's so much not the case that eBay is working on changing this so that you don't get derailed from your listing flow. So if you look at heel style, features, closure, pattern, all of these, right? You're going to notice that to the right of that, there is a number, 806. And these are all in order, 806,000, 391,000, 324,000, 316,000. What does that number mean? That number is showing you 30 days of data where buyers have searched for that item specific. So if somebody went into the items, they typed in their Bionic cork sandal 11 and went to the left-hand navigation search, they selected heel style. 806,000 people, potential buyers in the last 30 days have clicked on heel style. So that is one of the most important recommended item specifics. While it's not required that you fill that in, that tells you how important it is to be seen by buyers. So based off of, if you enter your own, let's just talk about this for a minute. If you enter your own, it will not get picked up by the left-hand search navigation. Always pick from this pull-down menu that makes the most sense. This has a small wedge. I'm going to go with wedge. The features. It's got an adjustable strap. It's got a buckle. It doesn't have an ankle strap. Okay. That's kind of important. The closure slip-on, that's important. This is not an animal print. So we're just going to take that right out because if people click animal print, they're going to see mine and it makes no sense, right? This is closest to Flecked. So we're going to say that. The model is Rio. Accents. It's got a strap. Heel height. Look, medium 1 3/4. Well, now look, they've changed it. So what is my heel height on this one? I don't have it. So this low is going to be the new medium. So I need to change that. If people were looking at heel height and not finding low, they weren't finding mine. As you see here, these are just trending. That is what eBay thinks many buyers will look for. So I know that this isn't customized. This is where I kind of make the judgment call on whether or not this item specific is worth my time to fill out. If I have the product line in front of me, of course I'm going to fill it out if it's in the drop-down menu. So let's see, Vionic, it's not tied, so I'm not filling anything out. I'm leaving it blank. Insole material, I have no idea what the insole material is. Shoe width, it is medium, it's casual, made in China, character family, no. So always double check your item specifics. Remember I just said that. Always double check your item specifics. I'm going to get back to that. Fall, spring, summer. I'm going to leave the rest of these blank. I feel that the optimization that I have done is really going to help these items. So I told him what it was. Okay, it's new, no box, size 11, fixed price, 59.99. So now I want to look at my pricing. I listed these well over a year ago. Um, I want to use Terapeak. If you have a store, you're going to go to research and Terapeak research. Right now, Terapeak is acting up. I tried for a half an hour to get Terapeak to work. If I go beyond this screen, it will give me an error. Something's going on with Terapeak right now, but I just want to show you really quick. I just typed in Vionic Cork Rio 11. This is what it tells me. In the sold listings, for the last 365. I want to push more, but it's not going to let me. So in the last 365 days, 11 have sold. The average sell price was $46.77. I had mine priced at $59.99. 100% had free shipping. I am charging $7.99. So if I want to get my stuff sold, I think I'm going to have to offer free shipping and I'm going to have to lower my price. Now, when I listed this a year ago, that price and that shipping probably made sense to me. This is why looking at trends and pricing is important, especially on really old items. I want to sell this. I don't want these sticking around. Um, so I am going to make the judgment call to lower these to 39.90. I'm going to go 45.99 because I accept best offers on all of my items. If I didn't, I would probably lower the price a little bit. Um, I accept returns. I'm going to offer free shipping. I just am. I offer international shipping and I'm going to promote this. Suggested ad rate, I promote everything, is 10%. That's not happening. So I'm going to leave it at 6. And I'm going to update my listing. Now, oh shoot. Okay. Anyways, let's go to this, right? So I just fixed this, okay? But remember, my size was US 11. The style was footbed sandals, right? So what happens? Go do this test on your own. Uh, what a lot of sellers do is they come in, they have these sandals and they want to list them. So they're going to do a search on eBay for uh, if they were mine, I'd just search Bionic Rio cork sandals, cork, right? So this was Liz 2 years ago. This is what I would do. I would pull it up. I would go to the sold listings. I go to the highest priced item and I would click sell similar. Okay. Let's say that that item sold 60 days ago. I'm going to push sell similar. And let's say, remember, I just fixed this. So it's not going to show, right? But it's going to pull over US 11 and it's going to pull over whatever that footbed sandal was, right? So when you do sell similar on somebody else's listing, you are pulling in all of their item specifics, whether they are correct or incorrect. This is why I stopped doing sell similar. I've even stopped doing sell similar on my own items just in case those item specifics were wrong. So what's wrong with going back to going sold? Because I tell myself, well, Liz, it's sold and it's the highest price. Guess what? When you do an eBay search, you're not getting that sold price that it's showing you may not have sold at that price. If the seller did a seller initiated offer on those $60 sandals but offered 20 and the buyer accepted, eBay is still going to show that sold item at the original asking price. The only way to know the true sold price is to look into Terapeak. So what was great 2 years ago for doing that is absolutely not the way to do business today. Um, Again, let's just say you find somebody's and you're like, yeah, okay, sell similar. It's going to bring in their item specifics and it is going to bring in, if they had US 11, if you were to have done that on my old listing right before I changed it, it's going to bring in a bad US shoe size. It's going to bring in a bad style. So what you're essentially doing is you're fixing somebody else's problem or you're having to double check it when you could have just been done with the listing already. I am not an advocate for doing sell similar on anybody's listings anymore. Some people say, but it takes way too long. I want to show you that with this is where the whole list perfectly piece comes in. I do all of my listings in list perfectly to begin with, and then push them out. No more sell similar, no more mistakes from other sellers, no more outdated item specifics. I'm going to go straight into list perfectly. I brought this up here, okay? This is that same old price, same pair of shoes, right? This was way back when I had the simple plan, I think. Um, I just did everything right here in this box. Same description. So let's say I want to do this new on eBay. I want to push this to eBay, okay? We're going to let List Perfectly do its job to bring over your title. Even if you have the simple plan, you're going to get the title, you're going to get the pictures, and you're going to get your item description, just like you saw, right? Um, and then eBay's going to do its work, and it's going to pull in, their AI is going to pull in the information from the title and the description, and it's going to help me fill out item specifics that are current and up to date. Let's see what it did. It pulled in the brand, it pulled in the size, it pulled in the upper, it pulled in a sandal, it pulled in everything except for the style, which it's a slide. It's done. It, flecked, adjustable strap, buckle, strap. You can type in the heel height. So as you can see, it's not like you're starting all over from scratch. eBay is pulling all of that information in and telling you what it feels that your item is. So yes, you have to double check to make sure it's correct. Do you see there where it says character family Rio? This is why I appreciate List Perfectly opening a new tab. As the seller, I have total control over my item. So if eBay's AI filled in any of these incorrectly, as a seller, if I don't see this and I don't approve it, it could be wrong. And the buyer could see this, could see wrong item specifics if I didn't have the option to double check it. Now, keep in mind, I'm recording this, I'm talking to you, I'm showing you. This process is a lot slower than if I actually do it, right? We all know that. We're coming through, okay. So you can see how it filled in Rio. Don't worry about having to go through and taking it off because it hasn't actually been added until you push the add. Oh, you have to click the box and then push add. Um, and it's bringing everything else in just like I had it. So there you have it. We talked about optimizing your title. We talked about the pictures. Most importantly, the category. Make sure it's in the right category. We talked about that so much as the number one optimization is making sure that it's in the right category. eBay changes categories. It seems like they're doing it twice a year now. The next one's coming up in May. So as you're listening to this, think about this in the future too. Categories will be changing. Categories have changed in the past. Make sure that it's in the correct category. Make sure that your item specifics are good. Even if they appear to be fine, clear them out, start them over again. Uh, do your research. If these were selling for $60 last year, but $40 this year, well, you know, markets change. Um, and create your listings in list perfectly so that you're not pulling in wrong information to begin with and your items just sit there not getting seen from potential buyers. If you have questions, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. I hope this helps.